A black woman reporter from ABC named Rachel Scott invited President Trump to come in for an interview. And you won't believe the uppity attitude that came from her right from the get-go. It was one of the most unprofessional things I'd ever seen. She insulted him with innuendos, with miscommunications of things that he said, and tried to make him into the racist that the leftists have portrayed Trump since the day he came down the escalator, that we all know he's not. And I want you to watch how Trump handles the interview. He did it like a boss. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have the headline here. Trump knew he was walking into the lion's den and did not back down. ABC's Rachel Scott relentlessly attacked the former president, but he handled it masterfully while also highlighting that Kamala Harris backed out of the interview. That's true. Apparently, both Trump and whoever was going to be his opponent were invited. They told Trump that he couldn't use Zoom, and yet Kamala was supposed to use Zoom, but then she backed out. Now, gosh, this is the same woman who stepped up and gave her rant against Trump, saying that she wasn't afraid of him, but then she backs out of the first appearance she could make going head-to-head with him. All right, let's give this a watch. Wait until you see the uppity attitude that comes from this woman. She attacks him from the very beginning, and a lot of it is just mean. Give it a watch.
It's not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist.
They were.
You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your...
No, he did not. He did not sit down with someone he thought was a white supremacist.
Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Now, think about that. If you walked into an interview like that and somebody just came off the charts angry at you, that woman was angry at him. I mean, she sounded like a college student full of piss and vinegar wanting to do a gotcha on Trump. But wait till you hear how he handles it. This is perfect.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. A first question. You don't even say, hello, how are you?
Exactly.
Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And
I love that.
I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina.
He's just going down a list of things that he's done for black people in this country when he was president.
Which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much, and, you know, and I say this, historically black colleges and universities were out of money. They were stone cold broke. And I saved them, and I gave them long-term financing.
Do you know what he did? He saw that all the way up to Barack Obama, that every year the people that run those schools had to go begging for more money to the White House. And Trump didn't think that was very dignified. So he put them into the budget so that they didn't have to ask for it each year. And I believe he put a COLA in there, a cost of living adjustment, in for him. He'll never get credit for it.
And nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like
that. Now she continues with her gotcha.
That, and let me go a step further. I was invited here, and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense.
Right.
And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, you know, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom, and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. they couldn't get their equipment working or something
Mr.
was
President,
wrong.
I would love
I think
if you
it's
can
a
answer the
very
question
nasty
on your rhetoric
question.
and why you
I have
believe that
answered the
black voters should
question.
trust you with another
I
4
have
years.
been the best president.
He just gave her a litany of things that he did for black Americans. And he intentionally did this as well because he knew that he could. And he made it look easy for the Democrats and Republican presidents in the past who said they wanted to, but never came through.
For the black population since Abraham Lincoln.
Better
That's
than,
my answer.
Better than President
That's
Johnson,
my
who signed the
answer.
Voting Rights
And
Act.
for you to
Better than President Johnson who signed the Voting Rights Act. This woman is like a child.
to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace. And think about it. It truly is a disgrace the way she just treated him. The myths have all been debunked, guys. Black Americans finally awakened for the most part, and they understand that their lives were so much vastly better under Trump than they were under Obama, under Bush, under Clinton, and certainly under Biden. I mean, it took Joe Biden to make people in the minority communities wake up and realize, y'all been lied to. I think Donald Trump is going to do well with the black vote in November, and especially the Hispanic vote. And the reason why I say that is because most people vote with their wallets, and their wallets have been real thin under Joe Biden. And they would be even thinner under the radical Kamala Harris, who didn't even have the guts to show up for this interview because Trump was there. So I think what's happening is people are starting to remember that under Trump, their wallets were thicker. They had more opportunities, even though the leftists were crying that he was a racist the whole time. I can tell you, I've watched interview after interview after interview with black men and women on the street saying that they never believed Trump was racist at all. And think about how much that harms Democrats that continued to say that when the people in the community, most of them anyway, know that they were full of crap. All right, thanks for watching. Click the notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with how radical leftists in network news are continuing to trash Trump in 2024. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying. For every moment together, I'm grateful, no delaying. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that bell to ring. And if you're liking what you see, give that like button a swing.